Alright, hey guys, my name's Jack from Sony Photo, and today we're doing a Premiere Pro tutorial on colour grading. Alright, so I've just put a few clips together, so let's get straight into the process of how I like to personally colour grade my videos to make them look more cinematic, so they'd be more suited towards more that desired film look. So this is what I've got so far. This is what I've edited. I haven't put any music to it, but this is just some rough cutting, editing for some video when I was out in Spain a couple months ago, so let's give it a quick look. Alright, so that was the video. Now let's get straight into colour grading. So a lot of people like to use the colour tab, which is the lumetri colour. You can use that, it's very good because you've got lots of presets, such as here, which is very useful. And you can change like this. You can change like the colours within the video. You can change the sharpness, vibrance, saturation, and all that. But personally, I like to use the effects tab. So what you can do is you can go into the video effects, and you can go under the what I like to do is colour correction. And what I first like to do is create brightness and contrast. But before we get into all that, what you want to do first is create an adjustment layer. So what that does is that allows all of your videos in the sequence to be affected by the same colour correction if you're shooting that same area. So how you do that is you go into your bin, so this is it, and you click this little thing here. If I can forget it. Yeah, there you go. And then you click adjustment layer. And yeah, just click OK, default should be alright. Then you collect that adjustment layer. Here we go, and then you just simply drag that onto your sequence and stretch it across your clips, or how many clips you want across. So after that, what you can do is instead of dragging the effects onto the actual clips, you can drag them onto the adjustment layer, which is very useful. So as I've said, it applies the effects across the whole sequence. So then now you go into the effects tab, you click on brightness and contrast. Then you simply drag that onto the adjustment layer, which then should bring up a little tab in the effect controls. And from here, you can simply change the brightness and contrast. And what I like to do is, well, it depends on the clip really. Like if it's quite a dark clip, you might want to turn the brightness up. And this is just color correction, because in order to do color grading, you've got to do the color correction first, which allows more natural colour grading look, which is essential. And then you can play with the contrasts. So already that's looking a lot better. So you see before and after, makes a slight difference, but like you've got to make those slight tweaks in order to make your movie look really good. So after that, what you can do is you go into I like to go into the lumetri. How do you say that? Lumetri colour, which basically gives you the basic correction, the colour curves, and you can all change the colour wheels and the vignetting, although I don't like to do that. So you can change the temperature and the tint, but auto white balance did a good job in this video. You can change the exposure highlights, so I think I'm going to drop the highlights slightly so you can get more of the C in there. I'm gonna drop the shadows a bit as well, so it counteracts the contrast a bit. And I think these are all right. So let's check that back. So you can also change the saturation, but what I'm sure you want to be looking for is the color wheels. So these give these, and you change the mid-tone shadows and highlights. So the shadows are more like the darker bits in the image, which you can change the colour of those. The highlights are the lighter bits, and the mid-tone is like halfway between. So to get, in order to get the film look, what many Hollywood films do, they put the shadows. But it depends on the pic. Obviously, it depends all on the film, on like the video you've done. But if you opposite the shadows and highlights, you'll see what I mean in a minute. So if you put the shadows up here, and then you can move the highlight opposite. which really it's like a contrast of colours, which can look really cool because like the bright parts of the video a complete opposite colour to the shadows, and that's what that one. So if you see before and after, if you go, that's before, that's after. It gives it a bit more depth to the video, which looks really good. And then you can play with all these, but this is just a rough guideline what sort of effects you need to put onto the video to make it look more cinematic. So then what I like to do personally, which gives it that film feel, you type in, if you just type in crop, you can, and under transform, it's crop, and you drag that onto your adjustment layer yet again. And what I like to do is I like to put in 11% at the top and 11% at the bottom, and that really makes it look much more cinematic, because a lot of feature films use that technique, and it sort of makes you focus on the middle section, and it can look really cool. So if we just play that back again with the colour correction, the colour grading that I've done. And that obviously looks much better than before. What I have noticed in the second part of the clip, it has gone a bit too saturated, but obviously you can split the adjustment there and you can obviously tweak everything, but that takes a bit longer. And as this is only a short tutorial, I'm only really showing the guidelines of what you actually need to place on your video or adjustment layer, what sort of effects should take place, and you can always just fiddle around all the settings and get what suits you the best. So I hope this tutorial was helpful. For more content like this, please leave a sub, it will be really helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.